Okay. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight for our Village of Alsip committee meeting. Today is April 24th, 2023, and we're going to call this meeting in order at 7:30 p.m. Can you call the roll, please?
Trustee Dalzell?
Here.
Trustee Juarez Mendoza is absent. Trustee McLaughlin?
Here.
Trustee Murphy is absent. Trustee Navas Barza is absent. Trustee Peretta?
Here.
Mayor Ryan?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So, officers' reports, starting with mine. As a reminder to everybody, in a couple of weeks, we're going to have Village-wide Cleanup Day. That's going to be May 13th from 9 in the morning till noon. And my assistant, Becky, has been getting calls from a few folks volunteering, so we thank you for doing that. And she's reaching out to a couple other organizations as well, too. Next, please remember we've got a student government night planned here at the Village Board meeting on May 15th. The board did agree last week to postpone the inauguration process oath of office until that evening as well. So we're going to offer the oath of office to the folks that were involved, that won the April 4th election, consolidated election. I did attend last week. I spent a couple days in Springfield at Lobby Day, had some very good meetings. A lot of follow-up today, too, from the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus as well, too. Give me 1 second. I guess you made a copy. Of a publication that Neil James put out. Okay. From the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus. The caucus has once again joined forces with the Illinois State Association of Counties and 9 regional councils of government to launch the Invest in Communities campaign to restore the local government distributive fund, otherwise known as LGDF. The Illinois Municipal League is also engaged with us again, and this top legislative priority. By demonstrating to our state lawmakers and Governor Pritzker the need to invest in, in communities, we work to achieve restoration of the LGDF in the fiscal year 2024 state budget and beyond. We had a couple of really good meetings down there. I actually had a roundtable on Wednesday afternoon with the governor and maybe 9 or 10 other communities, and everyone stated the reasons why they felt we need to increase the LGDF for obvious reasons, for cost, and so forth. And I actually pointed out some of the residuals that we've had were things that you don't see sometimes, like when we picked up 6-8 months ago, they increased even like our our liability insurance by $250,000 a year. I says, that would really fill a void there too. And it's not every day that you're paying the insurance people that much extra money for insurance. And it was certainly a working trip, and I thank the South Suburban mayors and managers and Southwest Conference of Mayors. I was with both groups for the 3 days I was there, and sat in with our lawmakers, and hopefully we have a great understanding of what the villages need to fiscally survive. First thing on your agenda this evening was a request to reconsider an approval of an amendment to ordinance number 2022-08-1, compensation for certain non-union employees and appointed officers of the Village of Alsip, Cook County, Illinois. And that's all I have for my report. Clerk's report, Clerk Harding.
Thank you, Mayor. The presentation of the April 17th, 2023 board meeting minutes, and that is all I had.
All right. Let's see, we don't have an engineer available this evening, and unfortunately we don't have a public forum. So we'll go to our standing committee reports. Start with Finance and IT. Trustee McLaughlin.
Thank you, Mayor. I will have the usual list of payroll and accounts payable for approval next week. And that's it.
Okay, thanks. Fire Committee,
No report, Mayor.
no report. Thank you. Next, Police and Traffic Safety, Trustee Dalzell.
Nothing on the agenda. Anything, Chief?
Just to update the board, we're looking to hire 4 police officers the first week of May. Academy starts on May 8th. We're trying to get 5, but 4 is what we got for now, so.
I saw Judge Dwyer sent something today. They were ready for psychs evaluations or something like that, or
They're ready for medicals.
medical. There you go. Okay.
Other than that, just busy with grant stuff. We were notified by Sean Caston's office late last week that we're also being considered for a grant that we applied for there. We don't have any specifics as to a dollar amount that we'd be awarded or anything like that, but it would go towards like body cameras and stuff like that.
That's great. Thanks, Chief.
That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next, we had Public Work and Boat Launch Committee.
I'll take that, Mayor. We have a request to advertise for bid submittals for the Parkway tree inventory within the village of Alsip. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Mike Frater is here. Mike, I saw National Power Riding equipment outside. What are those guys working on?
So there's a subcontractor for In Situ Forum. They're doing the televising of sanitary sewer lines
Okay.
throughout that high priority area in David Estates for the I&I
Oh,
control program.
I keep forgetting about that, right. I know that we do work with them every so often and so forth. I just saw them staging all their equipment over here in the
Yeah.
corner and stuff then, too.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of different projects going on in town right now at the same time, so.
We can talk tomorrow. How are we doing wrapping up that claim that we had with that sanitary sewer on Ridgeway? Is that just about there?
So I'm still waiting for the guy to do the fence.
Fence guy?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Did he get back with you?
He got back with us, and we're still waiting for him to call in locates and get out there and do the work.
We didn't sign any kind of agreement with him yet, though, right?
No.
How'd you leave it with him? Do you want to look for somebody else? I mean,
I'm going to try
I wanna get
reaching
that
out to
done.
him again tomorrow, and if I don't hear anything, I'm just going to start looking for somebody else.
That's fine. It's surprising, because you and I, even when you were off, I was working with your office and with your foreman, Craig Fandel. It's amazing how many folks don't even want to return the
Yeah.
call. I mean, I'm offering you work, I mean, come on, that kind of thing, too.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's talk about it tomorrow then, Mike.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
I just had a question regarding the tree inventory. So I saw in the request to bid document that the inventory will include risk assessment, size, and species. So will this assist like in determining like if a tree is removed when you'll replant, or what does this encompass?
So, yeah, that whole thing with the inventory, it'll help us determine even like planting spaces. So if we do take a tree down, can we put another tree up there? And if we can, what type of species would do well on that parkway? Or if the resident even wants one there. Because a lot of times they don't want another tree. I'm not going to put one there if they're not going to care for it. And it's going to die anyhow. So we give the residents kind of an option if we can plant something there again.
Okay, and if they are interested, if a resident's interested, they can just contact the village?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Those aren't like totally saplings, they're just new trees.
No, we require that they're at least 2 to 2.5 inches in diameter before we put them in the parkways, so they're not saplings or anything. They're somewhat mature trees that go in once we plant them.
Okay. All right, thanks, Mike.
Line them all with silver maples.
No silver maple.
So many leaves.
We got a bunch to take down, that's for sure.
What was the other one that we were taking out forever and a day?
The ash trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in
Emerald
also
ash
the
borer.
Asian,
Right.
ash borer. Yep, good times.
Yep. All right, thank you. We'll go to sewer and water report, trustee Nava Esparza.
No report, Mayor.
Okay. Building and health, trustee Peretta.
No report this evening, Mayor.
Okay. Human resource committee.
Dave, that's you.
There is no report this evening, Mayor. Sorry about that.
No problem. We did have some more interviews today for the finance director position, and we've got a couple of good ones. scheduled as well this coming Thursday and Friday, so I'm hoping we have something figured out by the end of the week. Next, we had the special committee reports, economic development, trustee Nava Esparza.
No report, Mayor.
Okay. Village properties, trustee McGlohan.
No report this evening, Mayor.
All right. Ordinance and legislation, trustee Prada.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a request to approve a collective bargaining agreement between AFS-CME Council 31, Local 3053, Village of Alsip employees, and the Village of Alsip, May 1st, 2022 to April 30th, 2026. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Planning and zoning and licenses committee.
I have that, Mayor. I have a presentation of a list of licenses dated April 10th of 2023 through April 21st of 2023. That's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Anybody have any presentations, petitions, or communications? Any unfinished business? Any new business? I need to ask that we adjourn to a closed session. I got two things I need to discuss with everyone. The first is to discuss the appointment, employment, and compensation of discipline, performance or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or against legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee of the public body or against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity pursuant to 5 ILCS 120/2, Chapter 1. And I also need to ask that we, here it is, we discuss collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or their representatives or deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more classes of employees pursuant to 5 ILCS 120/2, Chapter 2. Can I get a motion and a second to do both of those?
So, second.
Roll call number 1 to adjourn to closed session. Trustee Dalzell?
Yes.
Trustee Juarez Mendoza is absent. Trustee McGlohan?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy is absent. Trustee Nava Esparza?
Yes.
Trustee Prada?
Yes.
Excuse me. Motion carries to adjourn to closed session.
Thank you. The time now is 7:44 p.m. Let's adjourn to a short closed session. We're going to come back in for just a short a short special board meeting for something to be considered, and that'll be our business for the evening. So again, thank you for joining us tonight. Let's go into a closed session. The time now is 8:44 p.m. I'm sorry, 7:44 p.m.